And we sincerely apologize for that technical hitch earlier there. But tonight on Business Live, Joy Business is learning that Ghana is likely to struggle to get debt cancellation from China due to how the Asian country handled similar requests from other African countries in the past. This is coming after a high-powered government delegation's visit to China for debt cancellation talks, and reprofiling of Ghana's debt with the Asian country had been postponed to late March 2023. There is more in the following reports.
Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta should have led the delegation from this weekend to China. This was to help China join the creditors committee formed to agree on cancellation of Ghana's debt. However, due to the major Congress meeting by the Chinese government in early March this year, the Ghana team has decided to move the negotiations to the end of March 2023. This is to ensure that the engagements are not affected due to this major gathering by all government agencies in that country. Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta was moving to engage external creditors after concluding the domestic debt exchange program with local bondholders. Now reaching a deal with these creditors on plans to participate in the domestic debt exchange program should help Ghana in securing the IMF board approval for its economic program. However, some are worried that this engagement will be a tough one. This is because China doesn't normally cancel debts owed by countries, but rather prepared to review the payment terms when it comes to interest payments.
Let's stay a while longer on the debt cancellation as we are joined via Zoom by financial policy analyst Emmanuel Owusu for his perspective on this developing story. Grateful, Mr. Owusu, you could join us on Business Live. Now, first off, what do you make of the assertion that Ghana is likely to struggle to get the debt cancellation from China? Please unmute for me if you can.
Thank you. Good evening to your listeners and cherished viewers. First of all, it's important to establish that China is an important player in this debt conversation. China holds close to about 40% of our external debt. So for China to agree or disagree is likely to impact the debt conversation. So I think it's important that we are able to get China's buy-in in order to be able to achieve our external debt restructuring that's before us. So I would want to say that our leaders will probably have to look at what terms they are presenting to China, because from what we do know, China normally would not cancel debt. They would want to look at what other external bodies are probably looking at. So China would want to look at it on a case-by-case basis. China would probably want to see what other bodies that Ghana owns are probably looking at doing for Ghana. So China wants to see what the World Bank and a few other countries that probably Ghana has some debt with. So China probably will be interested in what Ghana is bringing on the table. I don't think it's going to be a summary cancellation of debts.
The concern for many is that really does this in any way pose a threat to the country getting a board level agreement with the IMF?
I think it does, because you see the whole debt restructuring conversation, IMF is looking at how we can restructure our debts domestically and internationally. If we've been able to achieve some level of success with our local debt restructuring, the external conversation is also very important. So if we are unable to achieve that external debt restructuring target, it's likely going to affect the whole IMF deal, because of course it's part of our debt package. So you are close to about 271 billion Ghana cedis coming from external debt. So that amount is a very colossal amount. It plays a very key role in this whole debt conversation. So we cannot discount the external debt restructuring. It's actually important. So I see that is likely to impair the conversation. So I think leadership should probably look at what terms we would want to present to these are external debtors, external creditors probably, to be able to see how best we can come out of these issues.
Mr. Owusu, any suggestions on how to navigate this path?
First of all, let's internally review the debts that we have. Internally look at what packages we are presenting to these external parties. Because like I said, China would not do a summary cancellation. They are going to do it on a case-by-case basis. The Chinese will be interested in what Ghana is presenting to them, what options are available to them. So what I think Ghana should do is probably look at what options that we are presenting and probably also be ready to part away something, because you see, these monies have been given to you and you are now saying that you are unable to pay. So these external partners should forgive these debts. They won't forgive you summarily. So let's look at what we can also part away. Let's look at what we can also do on our own to be able to say that our external partners to probably forgive our debts.
And debt reprofiling wouldn't work for Ghana either.
Well, debt reprofiling is an option on the table. We can explore that. So then again, what kind of terms are we going to look at when we want to reprofile our debts? Is it going to be some level of partial or some percentage-wise restructuring? Are we going to probably look at saying deferring some of the interest payment to a later date? Are we going to say that is the Senate party is going to tell us that pay X amount now and pay Y amount later? So all those options are available. So I think we should be able to look at what we can do as a country now and be able to engage and say that, okay, help us. This is what is on the table for us. So
Very well.
Restructuring, profiling, of course, on any day I would go for profiling. But and even in the profiling, you have to present options. You probably have to let your external partners know what you can do and what you cannot do.
Grateful.
And at the moment, we are not sure what government is presenting to these external partners. We probably, once we have a full disclosure of what government is presenting, we are able to interrogate the issues and be able to advise going forward.
All right. Emmanuel Owusu, thank you very much for your time here on Business Live, sharing your perspective with us. And we shall certainly keep you updated in our subsequent bulletins as and when development unfolds. You're still watching Business Live with me, Pious Kojo Backah. Now, the cost of building materials like cement continues to surge on the market, with the cement, for instance, now selling between 76 cedis and 96 cedis, depending on the brand you purchase. Now, some dealers at Malam Gbawe here in Accra say the high cost of the materials has slowed down business, as majority of their clients now come in to purchase the materials in smaller quantities. On this week's edition of the Joy Business Shopping List, they explained to my colleague Beverly Broom how dire the situation has become.
So this week on the Joy Business Shopping List, we take a look at the prices of some building materials we have on the market. What has the price difference been from last year till now? We would engage some of the business owners in the industry to find out more.
You have 5 inches,
Okay.
and then we have 6 inches. Now, the 5 inches, we have the old mold, which is 9 inches by 18. That's 9 inches by 18. That one is 60, is 50 pesos for one.
Okay.
Both hollow and solid.
Previously, how much were you selling it?
Oh, last year we were selling 360, 340. So 3 cedis, 40, 3 cedis, 50 pesos.
And now it's
6 cedis, 50 pesos.
that's double the amount.
Yes. Because that time cement was 35 and 40 cedis. Now it's 95. What we are using now, Dangote, is 95 cedis. So you see the price is double. We were buying the sand at 800 and now it's 2,200 here per truck. And then we have the 6 inches, 9 by 18. And that one is 680. 6 is 80 pesos, both hollow and solid.
And previously, how much were you selling it?
It was about 4 cities.
But how has the business been?
As you know, after the sales they dropped down. When things are doubled, look at the prices. I even drop. People come buy. 1,000 blocks is now about 6,000 and 6,500. So it's hard for people to buy 1,000. Normally somebody can even buy 2,000, 3,000 at a time. But now, when they come to buy 500,000, that's all. So formerly I was using 2 machines to work. We are now using only 1 machine with only 3 workers. But at first we were having 11 workers, 5 here, 5 here, with 1 secretary. Now I don't have secretary. I can't pay him because the sales is all going. And I can't maintain 2 machines to work at a time with these prices.
I have Gassem, 32.5R, and I have Diamond. Also, the grade is 32.5R, and I have Gassem 42.5R. These are the differences. So I said these 3 blind, and for me here at my shop here, at times the Gassem go get 32.5R go 82 or 81. And then the Diamond also come the same as 80 or 81. But the 42.5R Gassem, it go as I can get 90 or 91. But previously, cement is being sold around 52, 53. So all of a sudden, it shoot to about 88, 89, even some at 90. I'm talking about the Gassem itself. But recently, that things it seems to become a little bit. That is why the prices have been reducing. Of late, there was a reduction of the prices at the market, at the factory, by 5 cities. That affect the prices, the reduction of the prices at market as well. That is why we are having these current low prices at the market, because of the reduction from the factory.
Our difficulty now is the pricing. It has changed, and it's really changed very high, rapidly. Previously, we were doing these styles at 65. In fact, not too long ago, we were even selling at 70. But now, you can get this 145 cedis. So the margin is like ×2. Exactly. It's really gone very high. Same, when you talk of the waters, these are some of the waters. The price before we were selling 35. Today, from 35, it actually came to something like 55, 50, 55. Sometimes we've done an estimate for somebody, he comes with the invoice coming to buy, and then something you gave the man at 55, now you are saying it is 85. The margin, so they go, and that's the end of the business. Some will also tell you, okay, in that case, I wanted to buy 20 of this, but let me buy 5 today. This basin previously was something in the range of 195. It moved from 195 to 250. Now I am selling this very basin at 450 cedis. Now if you are buying, so you can imagine. This was one of the smallest basins at 100 cedis. Now this basin is around 450. And then we have the port. The port, for instance, this very one, before we were selling it at 900. In fact, originally it was 700.
So this is like around which year are we talking?
Oh, I'm talking of just the year gone by. We are in February.
Yes.
So this whole price changes hit us in around July, August. And it kept changing. From June coming, the prices keep changing. And the problem is the margin. Previously, even when there is going to be an increment, 1 cedi, 2 cedi, it's so insignificant you don't even apply them. You take a little time to apply. But now it comes and it's like 50 cedis. It comes and it's 70, 20. Very difficult for you to absorb it. So you just have to pass it on to the customer.
How costly building materials have become in the country in case you want to build. All right, so let's move away from that and touch on this story. Zenith Bank Ghana, in partnership with the World Trade Center and Alibaba.com, has launched the Alibaba Global Seller Training e-course Masterclass. The training session is intended to equip small and medium-sized organizations with the needed insight to promote their businesses on Alibaba.com. There is more in the following reports.
As part of Ghana's quest to boost revenue from export, it has become important to leverage technology to maximize the country's exports. The Alibaba Global Seller Training e-course Masterclass will train startups on how to list products on e-commerce platforms. Speaking to Joy Business, Divisional Head in charge of marketing at Zenith Bank, Kwame Adade, said Zenith Bank is committed to supporting SMEs maximize their full potential and expand to global markets.
Realized at Zenith Bank was that apart from the problems that sometimes SMEs face with facilities, they also face problems in accessing markets. You know, their reach in terms of making themselves visible is not always there. And we felt that if we're able to come on board with Alibaba, we'll be able to help them reach out to the greater space outside, even beyond Ghana, so that we can also help our SMEs grow beyond this particular country. There's a market in Ghana, there's a market out there as well. So we just felt that we needed to help them access it as well. And it also brings in much needed effects for the country.
Executive Director for World Trade Center Ghana, Edem Yevuche, said it was time for the African market to benefit from e-commerce platforms by listing their products instead of just buying from such platforms.
Technology is enabling a lot of business opportunities that previously may not have existed. You are able to interact and transact business with people all over the world with just the click of a button. And it was, in my opinion, an injustice that users in Africa could use the platform to import, but couldn't use it to export. It has always been possible to import on Alibaba.com. It means you can spend your money there, but it was not possible to earn money there. And that is why when we started to engage with Alibaba, we committed a lot of resources and we leveraged our global network to put some pressure to ensure. And Alibaba was more than willing to come to the table to negotiate.
Deputy Director of the Ghana Export Promotion Center, Abdallah Banda, advised SMEs to keep themselves abreast with required product standards to be able to access other markets.
To go online, to have a presence, you need to streamline certain activities to be able to present. Your packaging should be nice, all right? You should have a good packaging and branding. And at GEPA, we have consistently tried to assist SMEs when it comes to packaging and labeling, when it comes to brand presence. We try as much as possible to assist them to be able to take advantage of our services.
The training session, which will last until the 9th of March at the World Trade Center, Accra, will see various experts take participants through practical training sessions on listing a business online.
And that's our program for tonight. I am Pious Kojo Backah. Do enjoy the rest of our programs. For more news, log on to myjoyonline.com/business. We've got international business for you.